and ask for help. Ask your higher self, ask your angels and guides, whatever you believe in, to come in and wait for an answer, wait for a response. Have a pencil and paper in hand. Start jotting down whatever you're writing. Don't judge it. Don't look at it and say, "Oh, this is dumb." No, just let it happen. And eventually you'll start downloading magical sentences, phrases, directions, compassion, love. All that will come in because that's who we really are. The brainwashing of the system we live in, the boxes that we're forced to take on as babies. And ultimately, we want to get to a point where we start living like a child again, free of the encompassance of the physicality and being in the energy so you can co-create your own life in the best way you see fit. This takes time, it takes discipline, but like anything, if you do a little bit every day and you do 5 minutes when you start, 10 minutes, go for a 20-minute walk, and just, separate your mind, your thinking mind from the world activity, and just try to go get into the love zone in your psyche and ask for help and breathe and focus on your breathing. You watch these high vibrational thoughts will start coming in, and eventually you want to get a balance where these thoughts can override the fear-mongering, any negativity that comes from your programmed egoic mind. That's the magic. So, hello everyone, this is Billy V. And boy, the energy is pretty profound from last week, and now all this energy is still coming on the planet, and us empaths are really feeling it. So the download that I got this morning in my meditation was how to perceive from the heart, not from your ego mind. And the example that came to me, and I heard this a while back, it was about the TV channel example. The amazing thing with television is that while you're watching that one show, there's 100 and somewhat, maybe 1,000 different channels, all playing at the same time. So what does that really mean? It means that even though you're focused and your attention is on that one channel, there's timelines going on with every single other channel. That means there's life happening 1,000 times just on television. And what it means is that just because you're on this one channel doesn't mean that other channels aren't going on at the same time. And the point being is life is very much that way. And I made some notes here, so I'll refer to them. Because in life you have many timelines, and all with different perspectives and different point of views. And just like the television, every time you change the channel, it could be a horror show, it could be a detective show, it could be Star Wars or whatever it is. All these perspectives, heartbreaking, tragedy, all happening at the same time. And life is that way with the way we live, because as you're looking through your own eyes and you're seeing, your perspective is your timeline, is your world, is how you perceive things. And the person next to you could be standing in the same, or right next to you in the same location, and they're seeing what you're seeing, but they're getting a total different story. Because where they've been, how their mind works, the egoic mind, how it produces memories, experiences, and they bring that to the table when they see things happening. So basically, what happens is as you're focused on any specific moment, any specific happening, your perspective, your egoic mind either pulls memories to you from past experiences. It could be fear. It could be love, right? You see something enduring and, oh my God, how cute, the little dog and the puppy. And then you have an experience that you used to have a dog and it passed away. And all of a sudden, all those experiences come flashing in, and that's what you experience. Meanwhile, your friend next to you is just the opposite. They hate dogs. They have allergies. They can't, and they come from a whole different world. And the point being is that in our reality, this is constantly going on day in, day out. And your egoic mind, good, bad, or indifferent, brings experiences to your consciousness in your daily walk on how you perceive things and your perspectives and your point of view on how you look at stuff. Now, the heart. So the mind is thinking, right? It's a thinking capacity. You need it to survive. There's nothing wrong with it, especially the way spirit sees it. It's just part of the play. You come down, they give you a script, and all of a sudden you're going to be dressed up with brown hair and green eyes or whatever it is, and you're going to grow up and you're born male and you found out you're in the wrong body, you're going to become queer and whatever these experiences are. There's no good and bad. It's experiences. And this is what you're perceiving. Now, in your heart mind, it's more about feeling. The heart is where you connect to source. It's where you have intuition. If you're an empath, you feel things in your heart. It's, oh my God, you feel sensitive, and energies bother you or make you feel uncomfortable. And at that moment, depending if you go in your head, all the experiences of being uncomfortable will take control of what you're feeling, and you'll bring those experiences forward and start reliving those experiences. But if you connect it to your heart, you connect to your higher self, your God self, that mastery, the part of you that created life, that created your life in the beginning. How you made your body, it created that. We don't see it that way because all that kind of belief or understanding disappears when you're a baby and you get blindfolded sort of, and you have amnesia, and then you don't remember these things. But this is so true that you actually created your body prior to coming into the physicality, and that's the greatness of what you really are. The egoic mind and the body you take on is just for this life to experience all the perspectives that you're experiencing as you're co-creating your life to experience. But the magic comes from reawakening, remembering your highest self, bringing that in, and it comes into your heart chakra, your heart. And in doing so, it comes through intuition, through feelings, through gut reaction. That's what that understanding starts to come in. And that's mainly where we have to daily create some kind of practice in our life to reawaken that part of our heart energy in bringing our higher selves in. So this way, when you are reacting to a situation, good, bad, or indifferent, that's in front of you, you can breathe, go inside and center yourself and allow your heart and your feeling and your intuition to take the driver's seat and take control of whatever you're experiencing. In lieu, if you just work with your brain and your egoic mind, the character, the avatar that you are, that will dominate. And with some people who have some trauma issues that are really deep in their consciousness in the physical body, it stays there. It'll come forward and you'll start reliving that. If you want to live a higher frequency of vibration, the magic is in connecting with your higher self, bringing that in through meditation, through walks at the beach, through daily walks, through nature, whatever you do, you exercise, whatever you get in the zone where you allow your mind to detach from the brain and allow that passion, that love to come in, and visualization, you start seeing, dreaming with your mind, allowing the thoughts to filter through. And you can feel the difference when you're connected to source and your higher self than when your ego is talking to you and telling you to be careful, watch out, all this kind of talk. If you let that dominate, you'll manifest that in your perspective as you're looking, whatever you're looking at. And that's the balance that we have to find a way in entering the 5D energy, is try not to zigzag and go negative and then go positive. Try to find a balance in yourself where you can continue straight in line. If challenges come your way, take a deep breath, center yourself, talk through your heart, ask the questions, ask your higher self, ask your angels and guides to come in, and they will answer you. But it takes discipline and practice every day. So at least if you're starting this out, try 5 minutes a day, out somewhere outside, barefooted, grounding. That's the first step. Then breath, because without breathing, we all die. So be conscious of your breathing, all the way down to your diaphragm, all the way down and up to your belly, up and down, and relax and clear your mind. Try to stop the conversations and allow and ask for help. Ask your higher self, ask your angels and guides, whatever you believe in, to come in and wait for an answer, wait for a response. Have a pencil and paper in hand. Start jotting down whatever you're writing. Don't judge it. Don't look at it and say, "Oh, this is dumb." No, just let it happen. And eventually you'll start downloading magical sentences, phrases, directions, compassion, love. All that's will come in because that's who we really are. The brainwashing of the system we live in, the boxes that we're forced to take on as babies. And ultimately, we want to get to a point where we start living like a child again, free of the encompassance of the physicality and being in the energy so you can co-create your own life in the best way you see fit. This takes time, it takes discipline, but like anything, if you do a little bit every day and you do 5 minutes when you start, 10 minutes, go for a 20-minute walk, and just, separate your mind, your thinking mind from the world activity, and just try to go get into the love zone in your psyche and ask for help and breathe and focus on your breathing. You watch these high vibrational thoughts will start coming in, and eventually you want to get a balance where these thoughts can override the fear-mongering, any negativity that comes from your programmed egoic mind. That's the magic. So this was what came in today, and I've been talking about this in many, many different ways, but I guess this is so important right now because there's such change on the planet. There's so much chaos out there, and it's very delicate, especially if you're an empath. If you start watching the news and start downloading all that negativity, you'll take it on, and then it'll be like a broken tape, and you'll start feeling fearful, anxiety, hate. And the minute you drop your frequency and you get into that negative way of being, you take it on and you'll start co-creating it in your life. And you want to avoid that. Doesn't mean that you're blind to what's going on, but the only way you can help anything outside of yourself that's out in the media or what's happening in politics or all that kind of stuff is by working on yourself and creating a high frequency human being within yourself so you can bypass all that. Hey, if you see something injustice, send to yourself, send love there. If most of us will do that, if half of the population on the planet will stop and send love, all this stuff will stop because that's how powerful love energy really is. But we live on a planet where maybe more than 90% of the people are dealing and living with chaotic thought patterns and fear about what somebody else is doing and how they're taking advantage. Because all they can see is in their head and in the physicality. They're not allowing themselves to see the higher frequency, higher vibration love that can come to you and give you direction and help you have a higher perspective and a better way to navigate your life. So then the higher possibilities will come to you as you step out and see that perspective. You see a negative thing come at you, I look at it like I'm looking at a 2-year-old and I'll allow them to play it out. It doesn't affect me. I just expand my energy and they got to sit with it because I'm not taking it on. And that's the way I deal with it because it just sometimes my fellow brothers and sisters are just in a place where they have so much pain in their lives and they're living in a low vibrational frequency that they're stuck on this wheel of negativity, and a lot of people can't get out of it. They start drinking, smoking, or whatever they do, and vices where it becomes addictive, and they get caught in that destructive lifestyle. But we have the energy in us to be more than that, because we all come from source prior to coming down here, and so that means that's inside of us. God is in you. It's not something that's out of you. You don't have to give your power to anyone. You got to go inside and find your own power. Find and learn how you really are. Eventually, you'll attract those same kind of people. You don't need to go to a specific place and worship anything. Don't ever give your power away. That's what I've learned throughout my years, to stand on my own 2 feet, know who I am, And in doing so, I'll co-create a beautiful life. Yes, sometimes challenges have happened, but after I've gotten through it and the pain and all that stuff, I realize it's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because I learned something about myself on how to be a better human being, how to be more compassionate, how to have more love for my fellow human, and really for myself. So all the negativity that was given to me as a child, being not worthy, I can deal with it and let it go and understand that those people didn't know any better because they were raised maybe even worse. So we all have some of those issues in our lives to some capacity, and now is the time to wake up. So these are practices that can be done. Like the TV analogy, all these timelines are going all at the same time, and it's not your job to take them all on. It's your job to create your own line and keep it at the highest frequency as possible, so you can co-create what is necessary for you in the coming days of your life, whatever that may. It could be a day, it could be a week, it could be 3 months, 3,000 days, it could be 30 years. But as long as you do the best you can do and love yourself. So we'll leave it at that. I hope you enjoy this. Again, if you listen to this on Facebook, please subscribe, pass it on. I've been told to do this, so this is what I'm doing. And it's not one size fits all, so take what you need. If you don't like some things, then just discard it. That's fine. Because the whole thing is that you have your own perspective. You have your own TV channel. We all do. So find your own TV channel. Make it the best channel in the world with a lot of light, a lot of compassion for yourself and for your fellow man. And you'll watch the magic come into your life. And the whole world can be going crazy, and you'll create a beautiful place. So with lots of light and love, we'll see you next time.